Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining our webinar today for digital success tools and tactics. My name is Dan Perez. I'm the Vice President of New Media at Metro. And for the next hour, I'll be hosting and showing you exactly new ways for you to grow online revenue using some tools that have been created by Metro. So a little bit about myself, my background. I started off and I'm very passionate about newspapers. So just to give you a little background here, I started off with newspapers as a page editor, as well as a graphic designer for my college newspaper. After that, I went to the Courier News, a Gannett newspaper. In 1997, I helped launch and develop, design, and manage and sell online for the Courier News. In 2005, I also worked with the New York Sun. Again, I helped launch, develop, manage, and sell advertising online with them. And then for the past 12 years, I've been working with Metro, developing a solution to the common problems newspapers face online. So some of those problems that I've heard throughout the years is that most newspapers out there are limited in staff. So sometimes an editor can be also a publisher, or a graphic designer is also wearing several hats and even possibly selling. Another issue is also return on investment. Are you getting the biggest bang for your buck for the products that you're selling online? As well as it's difficult to execute. So a lot of these programs are a bit complex with the way they work. And so that is a big issue, as well as timely. It can take maybe a week, a month for you to launch a product. Also, it's unable to be presented, meaning that if you're selling online, sometimes you have to wait till a product is developed and posted online in order for you to actually be able to present it to an advertiser. And of course, cost. How much does it cost for you to purchase that product to sell to an advertiser and post on your website? So we're hoping that Metro has a solution for your newspaper. And that solution is Metro's themed websites and directories. So what are Metro's themed websites and directories? They are targeted themed websites and directories that are built with SEO in mind. They are built so that you can expand your online revenue with theme sections using these websites and directories. And they are ready for you to sell and present online from your site, of course. So these themed websites and directories, their features and benefits are you do receive 3 new themed websites per month. They are co-branded with your newspaper logo. You can market and sell it before going live. There are multiple size ad positions that you can also sell. You can add local content. You can even track pages with Google Analytics. And they are easily customizable using our backend system. So again, going through the co-branding, this is how your newspaper themed website would appear. So your newspaper logo would appear on the top left-hand corner of the website. You also have a theme section logo, as you can see here, for a spring home. So you also can customize these sections. So for example, if you weren't interested in creating a spring home site, you can create a spring cleaning or whatever other site you would like and replace the imagery that you're seeing here. And so also you can add your own local content as well as photo galleries. So this is just an example of how you can add a photo gallery to your site. It's basically just uploading images and the site backend will do everything for you, including creating thumbnails. You can also add a photo gallery description and also associate an advertiser to the photo gallery. You can even add videos from YouTube to the websites themselves. So this is an example of how you can add a video for how to prepare your lawn for this spring from Home Depot. So if a video is on YouTube, you can simply just copy the URL, paste it into our backend system, and it will appear as what you're seeing here as an embedded video on these themed websites. As well as you can associate an advertiser. In this case, we're using Home Depot as an example. And you can also see that a logo can also be represented there for the advertiser. So you can also even add coupons. So this is an example of a coupon offer that you can add. So in this case, we have a 10% off a local hardware store, as well as you can put an image that would associate to the coupon. You can print the coupon. You can even put an expiration date, or in this example, it's a countdown clock. and again, associate an advertiser to the coupon or put contact information below. Now, these themed websites that we've created for you also have 3 different options as a home page. So the websites can be a website, a directory, or an ad directory. So the differences between the 3 are, the first is a themed website. So as you can see here, the first page that you would land on would have content. So it would be similar to a regular website where there's content in the middle of a page, as well as there's advertising availability at the top, as well as on the right-hand side. The next option is a directory listing. So as you can see here, instead of having content on your home page, this would present advertisers listed on your home page with their contact information. You'll notice that there's these gray icons listed next to an advertiser information. Those icons can be replaced with a product image, a logo, or whichever image that you would like to upload and present it there. As well as you can also sell advertising on the top of the page, as well as on the right-hand side. Now, we also have a third option, which is the ad directory. Now, the ad directory is a bit unique where it allows you to not have the content on the home page, but actually just have advertiser ads on the home page. So again, what you would see here is advertiser positions available, as well as this is where you would upload an advertiser. And when you hover over the advertiser box, in this case, it's a 300 by 250, the ad will enlarge to show more information as well as contact information for that advertiser. Now, all of these advertiser positions are clickable and trackable through our system. Now, these are just a few examples of sites that were created using our themed sites. So again, you're allowed to create theme sites based on sites that we've developed for you, or you can even create your own customized site. So if you look at this example here, there are 5 different sites that were created. 4 of these, which are on the right-hand side, are customized sites that were created with the newspaper. So there's a support local, on the block, online job fair, as well as a Call It Pro. With the exception of the COVID-19, that was a theme site that we created. All the others were created with a collaboration with the newspapers and us helping them with some of the graphic design. So what we also have, if you would like to see at any time, you can visit our site, which is qrsite.com/samples, and you can access this page, which actually shows other samples of sites that are currently using our themed websites and directories. You can even view them by category. In this case, you can see weddings, automotive, home and garden. So if you would like to just see home and garden sample sites, here they are. So another part that I'd like to show is that here are some live sites. So a pretty impressive one that we've recently seen is a church service directory. This church service directory was created with a newspaper. They've uploaded all of the sites that you see here in this advertiser listing. So I believe there's about 70 advertisers listed in here. So again, you can organize the advertisers through alphabetized. And here's just a view of how that church directory looks with all of these advertisers. So pretty impressive. And again, each one of these are linked to the advertiser website, as well as you can click to actually get directions to the location through Google Maps. And also the phone is a hyperlink so that if you're on a mobile device, you can even call. So all of these sites are managed through a content management system that we currently have that allows you to just log in and just without any HTML knowledge, you can post an advertiser onto a site, you can make a site live, you can turn a site off, and all of this is managed through our content management system. So one way for me to show you the best way of using this content management system is actually creating a 15-minute challenge. So what I'm going to do right now is basically I'm going to challenge myself to create a website, as well as I'm going to put an advertiser on the website in about 15 minutes. That's just to show you that you can actually do the same that I'm about to do live here on this webinar by simply just selecting some of the participants or attendees in this webinar. I will select Andy Howard.
Hello?
Hello, Andy?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Andy, what I'm going to do is I'm putting you on the spot right now, And if you were to create a themed website, listing directory, or an ad directory, what type of site would you create?
I'm the recruitment specialist for the Wyoming paper.
Okay.
So the job site or the job fair would be perfect.
Okay, so a job fair site. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this is going to be a bit challenging because we actually don't have a job fair site, but what I'll do is live right now, we'll create a job fair site. So again, within the 15 minutes, I will show how we can do that using a customized site in order for us to create a job fair site. So right now, I'm just going to mute you for a bit here, Andy, and then I'm also now going to select someone else so that we can actually create an ad. So let's see, I see a Janae Weinler. Can you hear me? And if you can, just say hello. Okay, we'll try someone else in the meeting here. Let's try Karen Burris. Can you hear me? And if you can, say hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Hi, Karen.
Hi.
So Karen, what we would need right now is we're going to create a job fair site. And I would like to ask you, who would you like to advertise in that job fair site that we can actually create an ad while we're doing this all in 15 minutes?
I'm sorry, you need a name of a company?
Yes, if you were going to try to pitch an ad to a company and into this job fair, who would you pitch? And that way I could use them and create an ad for them.
Let's go with Stetson University.
Okay, perfect. Okay. And what location are they? Where are they located?
In DeLand, Florida.
Okay. Okay, so in order for me to actually do all of this in 15 minutes, I'm just going to start a clock, and then that way it stays true to the time. And I'm just going to start that clock right now. So you'll see the clock here on the right-hand side, and hopefully I should be able to do all of this in about 15 minutes. So the first part, in order for us to create a theme site or to activate a theme site, would be that we would have to log into an account. So I'm just going to log into our backend system. So this is what you would see in our backend system when you log in. And so again, we're going to create a job fair site. So the first part is that I'm going to select any one of our sites. So we have websites and directories, and let's just say local livelihoods. I'm going to use local livelihoods and replace that with a job fair site. And in order for me to do that is I will go to our customization. So first I go to create, and we said we're going to create a job fair site, and we'll do an ad directory job fair site. And we said we would use local livelihoods, and I'm going to name this job fair. So as you can see, it really doesn't matter what site I am using for a themed website. We're just using that as a template so that we can replace it with whatever information we would like for job fair. So I'll scroll down the page, and this allows us if we would like to hide any articles, but since we're doing an ad directory, it's not going to show any articles because it will only show ads on the home page. As well as the categories, it's not going to show any categories because again, we're just using an ad directory. Now we have the opportunity here to change the themed website logo. So just to jump around here so you can see what I'm doing, I'm just going to open this page up. And here's the local livelihood. So we said we're going to create an ad directory out of this for a local job fair. So what I'll do is I'm just going to take this logo that you see here, local livelihoods, and I'm going to replace that with a job fair logo. So in order for me to do that, I just open that up in my Photoshop. And let's just make this pretty simple since I am limited in time here. And this is where a graphic designer would just create this for you. So again, I've created this in Photoshop. Basically just creating a logo so that we can show that we have a job fair going. Okay, it's not the prettiest logo, but it's something for us to actually just show that we have a job fair here. Okay, and so I'm going to save this as our logo for now. And all I'm doing is saving it as a JPEG. So this is the only part where you would need a graphic designer if you're trying to do a customized site. So in this case, all a graphic designer would have to do is create a job fair logo based on the old logo that we had previously. And we'll use that to upload it to our customization of the site. So again, we selected local livelihoods as the theme website that we would like to create an ad directory for. We renamed it as job fair. And then here we'll select that we would like to upload that logo that we just created. And right now we've basically, by uploading that logo and renaming that part job fair on the top of the page, I'll just bypass all of this right now and click save. We've just changed this job fair into a local, well, changing the local livelihoods to a job fair. And then of course we can always change this imagery too, with a job fair image. So I'll go to my favorite photo and clip art website, which is Metro. And I will look for, let's just say business. And what I'm doing right now is I'm just taking an image to create a slideshow for and downloading that. And then what I'll do is I'm going to use that image that you see here as my slideshow image. So again, a graphic designer can easily just do what I'm doing right here. It's basically replacing imagery that I've already had. So again, we had this as the image prior, and I'm going to use this image that you see here and place it into that slide and then resave the image as a slide for the job fair. Okay, so again, we're going to modify this custom site that we're working on. I'm going to go to an area here. So we did upload the logo, and now I'm just going to upload a slide image. And we have that slide image here, and I click save. And I go back to my job fair site and reload. And we now have this. So I've just pretty much created a custom job fair ad directory site in about 7 minutes. So we're now left with about 9 minutes in order for us to create the ad. So in order for us to create an ad, and again, Karen said that she wanted an ad for Steps in University. So I'll do a search for that. But before I do that, I first have to create just a contact information for that advertiser. So let's just go to that website. Now, is this the site that you wanted as the advertiser?
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just going to copy some information here and place it as the website. So just let's say, so all I'm doing is basically looking to, let's see. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm just creating basically a contact information for this advertiser, Stetson University, and let's just copy their URL as well. And then I just click save. So the first part again is creating that contact information. Now I'm going to create a web ad. So I go to create, I select Stetson over here. And then I would like it to start today. I would like it to end the 26th. And then I'm going to link it to their advertiser website. Now, we said we're creating an ad directory. So I'm just going to select ad directory as a web size. And then of course we need an ad itself. So in order for us to create an ad, again, I'm going to use Metro, and I'm going to this time use our My Ad Wizard. So a quick way for us to get to My Ad Wizard is simply by typing in myadwizard.com. So you'll notice this is a new version of our wizard. It allows us to upload a logo, as well as we can now create a new advertiser here. So I'm going to create a new advertiser, in this case, Stetson University. Let me just enter that in here. And then I'll just create. So that's the only part that you need to add in there. If I would like to add their logo, I'll go back to their site. And what I'll do as a cheat sheet here, I'll just do a screenshot of their logo to add it to the ad itself. And I'm going to back to our wizard. Let me just close some of these windows while I'm at it. And I'm just going to upload that Stetson logo, which is the screenshot here. And I go next. So let's just say education is the location, and we would like to use a web ad. So now we can look here for education and try to find, so we see there's, let's just see. So I'll just use this one as an example, or actually, let's see if we could find even more. Okay, so let's just say we're going to create it using this right here, ready for a restart. I like this ad. What it'll do is it will create the ad for you. So again, we have 5 minutes here to create a website, advertiser, and an ad directory all within the 15 minutes. So now I can actually put the Stetson logo anywhere on the site. I could put it over here, replacing where it says Stetson University. And then this would be a great way now to show that I have a spec ad that I could present for the university. But again, we're using this as a sample. And now all I need to do is download it as a JPEG. So now I'll go back to our QR site. And now that we have the advertiser, the start and end date, we also have, we would like it to link to an advertiser site as an ad directory. I now go to an area where it's called ad directory. And I upload that ad that we just created, which would be under my downloads. And there's the ad. So now we decided to use local livelihoods. And I'm just going to save that. And now if we go back to this local livelihoods, which is now a job fair, and we reload the page, we now have the ad. So I was able to create a custom site, which is a job fair site with an advertiser and the ad in about 15 minutes, or actually 12 minutes. Giving me some extra time here. Now, we could also bring it up a notch by adding a advertorial to this advertiser. So again, if we wanted to add an advertorial to this, I could easily just go back to the Stetson, do a about overview, and just copy the information about Stetson University. I would then go back to the ad directory ad that we created for them. And then I could click paste and about. And now if I click save and I revisit this page, you'll notice now that it should have an advertorial associated to that ad. So now, again, that's just another way for you to upsell an advertiser to the site, as well as create a custom site for job fair with Stetson University. And then I could click continue reading. And you'll notice we have the information about Stetson University in here. I could also add a logo for Stetson University since we already have the screenshot. I could go back to the advertiser. I could go to Stetson University, still have 2 minutes, and upload a logo, which we already took a screenshot prior. And if I go back to this area and reload, you'll notice we now have the Stetson University logo with the advertorial and a link to their website. So everything was just now completed within 15 minutes, creating an advertorial as well as an ad on the site, which is a custom site for job fair. So that's just a good example of how simple it is for us to, or you to create a custom themed website, which could be a website, a directory, or an ad directory in as little as 15 minutes working with a graphic designer. So if you do have any questions, feel free to email me at dperez@metro-email.com. Here's my email address. Also, feel free to give me a call anytime. And I do look forward to working with each and every one of you in creating your next new themed website. Thank you again for your time today. Thank you. Bye-bye.